when I was visiting Sue about 2 weeks ago, I was driving to her house with my sister, and I had the most deepest deja vu feeling ever. Like, and I can think of this year, I've had three very specific deja vu moments.
Hmm.
One, so the most recent one was on the way to her house. I mean, I was in my car. I knew where I was going, knew what I was doing, and I looked at my sister and like Michelle, and I told her, I said, "We've done this before, or I've done this before." And so, which kind of made her kind of think too. What are you supposed to learn from that or get from that? Because my understanding is you did it at some point already,
Maybe,
maybe,
maybe
or yeah, or going to.
it's intended to get your attention.
It did,
We know.
yeah. So yeah, it did, yeah.
But that's what it's intended to do. It's kind of a dynamic of your subconscious. Now, remember, we again, as you get more and more into the dynamic of understanding how things really work, there really is no time. And so, in the dynamics of the energy of the recognition that you had around the dynamic of going to Sue's in that way was an affirmation of your anticipation of your meeting and that whole dynamic. Why? Because your connections, the three of you, it was the four of you when your mother was still incarnate, but the one with the three of you is you're all part of the same soul family, and so as you're beginning to go and reconnect in that sort of way, you're going to find yourself energetically moving into a sympathetic resonance, a sympathetic vibration. And you're going to recognize that sympathetic vibration. Now, it may have come when we would think that it would come at a moment when you were driving, when you weren't thinking about very much at all, when you were kind of on a blank slate, and all of a sudden, woof, right? Now that's the way it happens because if you're paying too much attention to it, then the dynamics of your yammer yammer that's going on inside your head is the dynamic that winds up getting in, can get in the way of that. But the minute, that's why we often say the way to really manifested something is just kind of go in, go and anticipate it. The cat knows.
Yeah,
The cat knows. So
yeah.
it's that whole dynamic of being in the moment that we were speaking about a little while ago. But realize that that's what it was. Is when you let go, you
Mm.
allow that dynamic in. Now that's the earmarks of the new energy that's coming in as you are all moving into a fifth dimensional experience. That dynamic of energy, you're going to realize there are no coincidences in that sort of way. That you do need to maybe not pay attention, but understand, really take a moment and appreciate that whole dynamic of that remembrance. Allow yourself to have the remembrance, remark on it, and oh, this is a wonderful feeling, and look how magical it is, and at the same time, accept it as the norm. Because the more normal it becomes, the more it occurs in your life.